told that modern life is the best it's ever been. We have phones that connect us to anyone, anywhere. We can find any information in seconds. We live with comforts that past generations couldn't even dream of. But even with all this, something doesn't feel right. People often feel empty, even though everything around them says they should feel fulfilled. We were promised a better world, but it doesn't always feel better. Something important seems to be missing. From childhood, we're taught to believe that society is always improving, that every new invention will make life easier, happier, and more meaningful. But most people never stop to ask if this is actually true. If progress really means more happiness, then why are so many people anxious, stressed, or unhappy? The truth is, modern life has created a strange kind of sadness. We're more connected than ever, but many feel more alone. We chase success and comfort, but somehow still feel lost. Søren Kierkegaard once said, "The greatest hazard of all, losing oneself, can occur very quietly in the world, as if it were nothing at all." And that's exactly what seems to be happening. People are going through life busy, distracted, and chasing goals they didn't even choose for themselves. They wake up one day and realize they don't really know who they are anymore. We're told that the key to happiness is always doing more, earning more, working more, achieving more. But in trying so hard to reach those goals, we forget the simple things that actually make life feel good. We stop noticing the small joys. We stop connecting deeply with others. Life turns into a race, not a journey. Technology promised to bring us closer, but often it just makes relationships more shallow. We talk through screens, compare ourselves to others nonstop, and forget what real connection feels like. We also believe that more information would make us wiser. But now, instead of understanding the world better, we're buried in distractions. Our attention is split between endless news, social media, and entertainment. Instead of feeling clear and thoughtful, our minds are full of noise. Society teaches us that being successful means having a high status, a stable income, and a life full of achievements. But chasing those things often leads to a sense of never being enough. No matter what we reach, something still feels missing. Friedrich Nietzsche once said, "He who has a why to live can bear almost any how." But many people today don't have that why. They're told what to want, what to aim for, and what to value. But deep down, they don't feel connected to those goals. And that's why so many end up feeling tired, burned out, and unsure of what they're really living for. We're made to feel guilty for resting. Productivity is treated like a moral value. Even after work, our minds stay stuck in that mode, checking emails, worrying about tomorrow, trying to stay ahead. But this constant pressure takes away our peace. At the same time, we're told that buying things will make us happy. New clothes, gadgets, or experiences are sold as ways to feel better, but the happiness they bring never lasts. We want the next thing, and we're stuck in a loop. Advertisements sell us dreams, not products. And we end up always wanting more. Time itself feels different now. We're not living in the moment. We're always waiting for the weekend, for the promotion, for the next vacation. But when the future comes, it often feels just like the past. We live in a cycle of waiting for happiness and missing the life that's right in front of us. Relationships have also been affected. We're so busy, so distracted that even spending time with people can feel rushed. Deep conversations are rare. Everything is fast, efficient, and often superficial. Society also tells us to be fully independent. Asking for help or needing others emotionally is seen as weakness. But humans are wired for connection. We need each other, not just for survival, but for meaning. When we lose that, we feel isolated in ways we can't always explain. And so loneliness has become a quiet epidemic. Not because people choose to be alone, but because the system makes deep connection harder. We're surrounded by others, but still feel like something is missing. Many don't even question this lifestyle. They accept it as normal, as just how things are. But inside, there's a quiet discomfort. A small voice that says, "This isn't it. Life shouldn't feel this empty." And when someone dares to speak that truth, society often says, "You just need to try harder. It's not the system, it's you." But what if that's not true? What if the system itself is built in a way that pulls us away from who we really are? Alan Watts once said, "We seldom realize, for example, that our most private thoughts and emotions are not actually our own. For we think in terms of languages and images which we did not invent but which were given to us by our society. And this means even our dreams and goals might not truly be ours. They're shaped by the world around us. And that realization can feel both scary and freeing. Modern life, for all its technology and comfort, has taken something away. It has pulled many people away from themselves, from the quiet, deep part of them that knows what really matters. We've been taught to search for meaning in things: money, success, approval. But none of these things can fill the emptiness inside. That kind of meaning has to come from within, from who we are, what we care about, and what we give to the world. And that's where the real problem lies. Not in the lack of progress, but in what progress has made us forget. We've moved fast, but maybe we've gone in the wrong direction. We got distracted by shiny things and forgot to ask the most important question: why are we doing all of this? And maybe the real turning point begins when we stop and ask, is this the life I truly want? Not the life society wants for me, not the one that looks good from the outside, but the one that feels right in my heart. Because real meaning doesn't come from what we chase. It comes from slowing down, reconnecting with ourselves and others, and remembering that we're not here just to produce, consume, and survive. We're here to live.